All right, guys, how you doing? Sam here from Sam's Outdoor Survival. I'm going to attempt to do my first knife review here after completing the 45-day Sigma 3 instructor level 1 certification course. I went through probably about 5 knives before I found out what I really needed to use and what would really work in a bushcraft / survival scenario. When I got to the school, obviously I had my my SXB Skull Crusher by Tops Knives, endorsed by E.J. Snyder. This ended up being my go-to survival tool for everything. For splitting logs, for chopping trees, you name it. I batoned the hell out of this thing, even using a rock, which I would advise against, on the back of it. No damage. Great tool. Tops Knives fared very well. My other choice knife that I had was my my Rat 3 by Randall's. It's an older knife. I've had this probably about 10 years. I thought this was going to be great. It was a decent batana for a small knife. Great sheath, great retention on it. However, the only thing it excelled at for me was making a bowl out of a split log and a coal. I was able to whittle the log to make that bowl. Other than that, doing smaller tasks, making cedar arrowheads, notching sticks for making, primitive traps and stuff. It just didn't really work well. It was just too heavy. The edge didn't hold. I have skinned, or I should say gutted, a deer with this knife, and it did work well. Edge held up pretty decent for that. But for a basic bushcraft knife or survival knife, did not work well. So what I ended up doing was heading over to a knife store, and I went ahead and I'm looking for different knives, and I thought I knew enough about knives, but I learned a lot at that school. I ended up picking up a Knives of Alaska, not made in Alaska, they're made in Texas. Super sharp knife, sharpens really fast, dulls just as fast. This would probably be a great skinner. It worked well for some smaller tasks, like I said, for notching some river cane, notching smaller sticks to make primitive traps. Did okay at that, but the edge just did not hold, and it needed constant attention to sharpen it. Holds very well in the hand. Other than that, great knife. I'll consider this for a daily carry. The sheath is a nice leather sheath, which could be carried either vertically or horizontal for the belt loop. I chose to carry it horizontal. Felt very comfortable, but again, requires maintenance to be sharpened on a regular basis. And this is the Lone Wolf model of Knives of Alaska. So what I ended up doing was taking advice from a very wise man, one of the director of instruction out there at the Sigma 3 school, which is Justin Sage Williams. He recommended getting the Opinel knives. I believe this was the number 8 or the number 7 he advised me to get. Great knife, not a full tang. You could do light batoning with it. Great knife to fit in your pocket. Just got to lock it to keep it in place. Sharpest knife I've ever utilized for a knife of this size. Blade held up true. Worked great. They run probably about $15. I picked it up on Amazon. And again, the Opinel knife made in France was great. My only concern with this knife was it wasn't heavy duty enough for me. So what I ended up doing was I went ahead and ordered the next size up, which was the number 8 or the 9, I'm not sure. And during my scout week, this was my knife that I had taken with me to do all my tasks along with my Skull Crusher. Great small knife, fit right in the pocket. Just super valuable, super handy, and this is my go-to pocket knife now on a regular basis. You will find this in my pocket. The Opinel number 8 or 9, not sure which number it is right now, but it was amazing. Came with a small leather sheath, very soft. I modified it with a belt loop to carry on me, or I could just keep it in my pocket. They're small, they fold up. Great, super handy. Next knife that I picked up while I was out there, because I wanted to make sure before I took the Opinel, was I wanted to make sure it was going to be a good choice. I decided to have a little competition between that and the Mora Companion. Again, sharp knife, great for a lot of tasks, not full tang. to my surprise, it had no spine on it. So in regards to using a ferro rod, or whether you're shaving down wood and using the spine to go through the wood versus using your knife, there was nothing on it. Couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get tinder off of a cedar tree by using the back of the knife. You know, you don't want to use the blade sometimes because you can create damage, and you can also dull the blade. A lot of times you want to use the back of your knife to get that tinder off the back of a cedar. Not a good choice for me. And again, when I did my scout week, I ended up going with the Opinel. Well, Opinel, however you want to say it. What I did pick up, though, after I got back from that course was Mora has a great knives. Sigma 3 actually teamed up with Mora and created the Sigma 3, the Sigmora knife. A little out of my price range right now, but I do plan on getting one of those. But I went with the Garberg, the Mora Garberg. It is a full tang knife. It has the an awesome spine, has the back on it also to whether you want to scrape down some tinder. You can use the back or this. You can smash it to get nuts, to grind things, whatever you want to do to work it. Again, a full tang knife. I have not used it yet. It is a little thicker than the Mora Companion. I look forward to using this. And again, the Moras have the full Scandi grind. Super sharp knives, maintain a great edge, and I want to carry this one a lot this year. I have a trip going to Canada this year, 7 days, remote wilderness, kayaking and canoeing down from where we get dropped in at and all the way till our pickup point. So I'm looking forward to that, and I will take this knife with me as one of my tools. But that's about it. So my choice knives for bushcraft, obviously, for the tool, I got to go with the Skull Crusher by Tops. Heavy knife, comes down real well. Great chopper, great batoning for batoning, and everything. I even did some whittling with it on the inside here. Was just controlled. Very, very sharp tool. Held the edge very, very well. And no issues with this knife for me at all. They're also even notched on the inside here for using a bow drill for, you know, palm hold. Did not feel comfortable for the location of where the notch was. You have to put your hand to get it center in your palm. You got to cover the blade a little bit, and I wasn't really comfortable doing that. So I kind of attempted it once, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to use this for a bow drill. But Opinel, great tool. If you fish like I do, this is the go-to knife to keep in your pocket, your tackle box, whatever it is. Again, thank you for watching. Sam from Sam's Outdoor Survival. And also on behalf of Sigma 3, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Have a great day.